born, particularly as an untouchable, he would have forgotten this day not to pay tribute to him. So, because for those people, not only for those people, but for the people, right, who believe in the work of a Baba Sahib Ambedkar, which has been given to the nation, not only to the nation, but the entire world, right, as an humanity, right, they will definitely remember Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar. May not be saying other people, those who do not know much, but certainly when they go through the life of Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, they will remember that. And this is kind of that remembrance is in our heart, right, which is engraved so deeply that it will never come out, and that we have seen in when Sandeep was talking about, right? It is so deeply rooted in our heart that we can never forget our Masiha from our life. I'm not going to say much actually because it is already too late, but one thing I wanted to say that what Jagannathan mentioned about that, right? About the democracy, right? Because what we see today in India, right? Everyone thinks about, right, what is going on about the democracy, because Baba Sahib has written a constitution where he gave the lot of emphasis on the democracy, but what is happening what is happening on the democracy in India? So this question goes, right, when in 1995, when Baba Sahib was interviewed by the British reporter, and he asked that question to Baba Sahib, do you think that the democracy is going to work in India? I think what you guys think about it, right? Because even though whether he believed or not, right, but still he has written in the constitution, right, about the democracy, right? He gave all the rights over there. But as Bhante said, right, when we have karmas, right, karma can be two: akusal karma, wholesome karma, non-wholesome karma. It's the same thing, right? When Baba Sahib has written a democracy, right, for our people, we people, right? We people, that is what the democracy was. But it can go either way. It depends upon, right, how the people are taking into the democracy. So when Baba Sahib has written this democracy, right, he explained to that reporter, right, it has a twofold, right, twofold. So I'm going to do just like highlight what are those folds. First of all, right, he identified, right, whether the democracy will work or not, right. He said yes, democracy will not work. So why? Because Indian society is not equal. Because this has been divided based on the caste, classes, religion, and most importantly, the important factor for this division is inequality. Because this, and then the percentage of that inequality, if you take into the total census of the India during that time, right, it was more than 84% of the inequality was there in Indian society. That is where he said, even though I have written a democracy, but it will not work if this problem is not eradicated. He also said that political democracy cannot succeed without social democracy. That is what exactly we are seeing it here, right? What we see in India. It's we have a democracy, but it is completely polished, polarized, not the polarized, but it is basically dismantled by the politicians, right? All the political one, wherever is there, actually it is just basically it is for them. How it is happening it? Because of the voting, election voting, right, is being rigged and all of that stuff, right? That is where the political democracy will never work unless and until, that is why the democracy is not good. The only social democracy will be good. Another one problem which he found, caste system. Unless and until caste system is destroyed, right, and the equality is brought, and probably I think you can, if you read about the caste, right, can you eradicate that caste system, right? About I think maybe a month ago, right, I sent one video, right, about the caste system. Will it be eradicated? From where it is originated, right? In order to understand the caste, right, which is originated in India, you have to go through the back to the Rig Veda. Then only you will understand it, right? And the way it has been rooted and it has been percolated into the individual's mind, right? It will never get eradicated. Now what to do? What to do? There is only way is Buddhism, right? The fraternity. Unless and until you bring the fraternity in you yourself, right? Irrespective of anything, right? Doesn't matter. Don't think that basically, oh, Baba said I belong to this caste and all of the stuff, right? Others are like that. No. You have to bring the fraternity in you, right? Then only you yourself can start eradicating the caste from the whole social system, and then only you can call it as a democratic, the social democracy. And I hope actually, right, we are here, we are following the Buddhism, right? We follow that, right? And we have to go through that mindset that yes, we have to follow the fraternity, and that is why Karniyam Sutta is very important, right? And if you daily recite those things, I'm 100% sure that it will reflect on your mind, and certainly one day you will go to that path. And we don't know, probably when we take how many births we will take it, right? That day will be there where there won't be any caste, and that is what we can hope. So with this, right, just I wanted to end. There are a lot more things to tell, but just I wanted to end up over here. First of all, Kamlesh, right, just I wanted to thank you, right, for narrating the entire day history, what has happened actually. So some of the points which I wanted to add there. There was an incident during that time that the women, they were not getting the train ticket and all that stuff. Even the people were there, so many miles away. The women were there, the kids were there. Literally, they were there actually, and from there they were paying the tribute. And if you look at the picture of those, right, those were, it is just like, I have lost my soul. I myself is not there in that moment, right? That kind of a feeling the women had it actually, and this was very much highlighted in our British report interview when if you look at those videos over there. So that kind of a belongingness was there, that kind of a apnapan, right? Apnapan was there about the Baba Sahib, and that is why he is Masiha for all of us. Okay? And thank you again, Sandeep, for organizing very well this entire program. You have given a very nice example, very short and sweet, right? Because always you have to think right ahead, right, to make it longer, not the shorter one, right? So that was a very good message. And again, Jagannath, right, thank you so much for accepting this invitation for this program. And in just one word, I asked actually Pragna, I called her actually, and I said, hey, you wanted to, without saying anything, right, just say, Kaka, definitely I will do that, right? And